Designing and implementing customer journeys and all the associated data flows, that's a big job, right? That's really hard. I have sat on the other side of the desk when I did this inside contact centers. Now I'm helping contact centers with our tools to do that. So I've done it both sides, and it's really, really complicated. And it's the complexity is one of the main. So in designing, you've got the complexities of data flows. Only in every organization, only a few people will understand that when I look up this thing in the CRM that I must look up at the beginning of every query, whether it's an email or call, a WhatsApp message, whatever it is, I need to go to the CRM, find out what did this person do last? Did they order something? Have they got a problem? Do they have a ticket open? You've got to go and pull that data at the beginning. And only a few people will know that when you pull that data, what do you get back? Which data fields are filled? How can I use the data fields? What does it mean? So when you're going to design some new process, those people are the ones who can actually answer the question. The first thing you will do as a manager is set up a meeting with those 2-3 people. Usually it is in an organization who are going to be able to do that. And those few people will know from the last 3 or 4 projects they tried to do how challenging it is to implement it and what happens and how many more, how much longer it takes than you thought and how many unexpected issues come up that have to be resolved and how the outcomes were not what either the management or the team expected. So going into it, there's quite a lot of fear, I think, about what can be done. So my advice about this is be fearless, actually, so which is difficult. But I think, the world has changed a lot and in the last few years, even just the last 3-4 years, where there isn't really a good reason why you cannot do any data flow or any CX experience that you want. So I would say, in the beginning state at least, be completely fearless. On the whiteboard, draw out exactly how it would be if it was perfect for your high priority calls and for your main business objectives, your high priority queries in general. Just draw what you want. Then you may have to make gaps in that. You may have to punch holes in it, and it might take more steps than you thought, more clicks, more whatever it is than you hope for, and have slightly lower usability, or you might have to do trade-offs. I mean, you almost certainly will. That's how the world is. But if you go about it that way, you realize where you're doing trade-offs. You're making the trade-offs explicitly, not implicitly because of the fear. You're not designing your process because it didn't go well the last time. You're designing what you want. Then when you talk to your other stakeholders and management, you're going, this is what we'd love to do. Unfortunately, because of our strategy in this area, as we discussed the last time in our last meeting, we can't do it that way. Now, we can either solve the problem in a detailed way from the base up and make it better this time. If not, here's our trade-off situation that we have. You list out your trade-offs, and we've made these considerations. That, I think, is, and I've seen the best teams are doing that all the time, because that's also positioning the fact that we know how to solve this problem generally. Management, please give us the capability to do that. Right? And I think that another reason to be fearless is that there is no integration in the world that cannot be added really quickly now. There is no automation in the world that cannot be built really quickly now. So if you can't do it, then you should at least point out to yourselves and your management that it exists in the world, but we can't do it because we have these constraints. There's nothing wrong about that, right? That's painting a real picture for everybody, and it's setting a clear bar that you'd like to get to. And then you make your trade-offs, and go about the implementation.